Open up your table of contents and put today's entry in. Today we are going to be learning how to convert rationals into fraction form. It's going to be on the next odd page of your notebook. Remember, we're only writing on the right side. We never write on the left side. For Miss Reddick, that's going to be page 5. The title is Converting Rationals into Fraction Form. If you need to pause to get that copied, go ahead. Otherwise, move your notebook aside and get out that piece of paper from yesterday. Remember the one that you made into thirds? We still have 2/3 of it left. I need you to cut another third off. We're going to do pretty much the same thing that we did yesterday with it. We're just using 1/3 of it today, and save that extra piece. You'll need it tomorrow or for the next note set. With your piece of paper that you just cut out, fold it in half, just like we did yesterday. And then we're going to make a big, bold, dark line down the middle of it, just like yesterday. You're also going to fold the flaps in on it so that we have another book. We're talking about different conversions today, so the words are going to be different, but the book itself looks the same as it did yesterday. We're actually going to do the same thing tomorrow as well. Okay, you can put your little foldable aside. Go ahead and open up your journal to the correct page. And copy down my title, Converting Rationals into Fraction Form. Leave a space for the essential question, just like yesterday. And then we're going to copy down our from 6th grade information. It's the same information you copied yesterday. That means it's something really important that you need to know. I'm making you write it more than once. So from 6th grade, we need to remember that a fraction, a decimal, and a percent are different forms of the same thing, just like water, ice, and steam. When you're done copying this, go ahead and write how to and get out your foldable. If you're not finished copying, go ahead and pause now to get that stuff copied down. Okay, just like yesterday, we're going to write what the operation or what the conversion is on the outside and how to do it on the inside. So on the left-hand side, I want you to write change a decimal to a fraction. We're going to be learning how to change a decimal to a fraction. And on the right side, I want you to write change a percent to a fraction. Remember, you can pause if you need some time to copy this. I've already written it down, so it might take you a little bit longer to get it. Change a decimal to a fraction and change a percent to a fraction. Okay, let's look first at how to change a decimal to a fraction. The rule is you read it, you write it, and then you reduce it. We're going to read the decimal, we're going to write it, and then we're going to reduce it. Okay, let's look at an example. 0.2. The way that it reads, if I'm using correct place value vocabulary, is 2/10. Well, if I think to myself 2/10, that sounds kind of like a fraction. 2/10 looks like this in fraction form. It looks like a 2 over a 10. So I read it, 2/10. I write it how it looks as a fraction, 2 over 10, and then I reduce it. I'm going to simplify. I can simplify this fraction by 2. When I divide my numerator by 2 and my denominator by 2, I get 1/5. So 0.2, 2/10, is the same thing as 1/5. Let's try one more example. 0.25, When I read that as a correct place value vocabulary decimal, I read 25 hundredths. 25 hundredths. What does that look like as a fraction? Well, it looks like 25 hundredths. And the last thing I have to do is reduce it. Well, I can simplify by 5, but I'm going to go ahead and jump straight to the biggest thing I can simplify, which is 25. 25 divided by 25 is 1, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 0.25, read 25 hundredths, is the same thing as 1/4. You can go ahead and pause now if you need time to copy that. Okay, changing a percent into a fraction. To change a percent into a fraction, you put it over 100 and simplify. Okay, that's it. Percent means out of 100, so you just take that percent, the same value, put it on top of 100 and simplify. Well, we just simplified 25 over 100. We got 1/4. Let's try 30. Put it over 100, so 30 over 100. And now I have to simplify. Well, I'm looking at that thinking, what's the easiest thing to simplify by? I think 10. What's 30 divided by 10? Well, I think, 10 goes into 33 times, so 3. 100 divided by 10 is 10. I can't take 3/10 down anymore, so 30% is the same thing as 3/10. Let's look at one more. 19%. Real easy. 19 over 100 because percent means out of 100. And I know that 19 is a prime number. So this fraction is not going to simplify. 19% is the same thing as 19 hundredths. Go ahead and fold up your foldable. Let's put some glue on the back of it. Place it in your interactive notebook underneath where you wrote how to. It should still be able to open. And we are done with today's notes.